From the front line of truth, where courage meets convictions, this is The Conservative Viewpoint.
Welcome back, my fellow patriots. You are tuned in to the Conservative Viewpoint, and boy, am I glad to be back in the studio with all of you. I hope you all had a fantastic, freedom-filled 4th of July celebration weekend. I certainly did. Boy, let me tell you, I'm recharged, recaffeinated, and ready to dive headfirst into the issues that really matter. Okay, where do we go? We've got a jam-packed show for you tonight. We're going to kick things off with our always anticipated MAGA Minute, bringing you the latest and greatest of the Trump administration. Then we'll break down the President Trump's big, beautiful bill, the legislation that is set to reshape our economy and our lives. Trust me, you're going to want to hear all about the details on this one. And, of course, we can't ignore the pressing issue at the border. We'll be tackling the ongoing crisis of illegal immigration and the remarkable progress being made to secure our homeland. Finally, we'll turn our attention to the global stage, and we'll discuss the warnings from the NATO chief about a possibility of World War III. In a world truly on the brink, we'll explore this application. So buckle up, grab your favorite beverage, and get ready for a no-holds-barred discussion on the Conservative Viewpoint. Let's get to it, because the show starts now. Hi, everyone. Welcome back after a long weekend. Did you guys have a great time or what? Oh, yes. I definitely did. I've got to fix my iPad real quick here because it kind of screwed up on me. There we go. I had to get that fixed on there. Oh, I can't reach it from here, and my earphones aren't going to let me do it either. Stupid things. But anyways, welcome back to the show, guys. I'm glad you're here. Had a great little break I needed off, and did a lot of cooking and stuff, and and here I'll show you my outdoor kitchen that I spent most of my time in this weekend. That's my little outdoor kitchen right there. I got my griddle out there on the right, my smoker straight back, and my grill on the left there. Oh yeah, got my cabinet there with all my fixings and stuff in it. Yep, it's a great little place. Gotta love that thing right there. And I've had contractor in here I told you about putting the siding on my house. Well, he's almost done. There's the first view. There's one side view. And there's the front. He was finished up the front today. Now he's working on the left side, and he got a couple little bit on the back. I think he's doing a great job. And thanks to Colby for that. He's doing a magnificent job on it. So we'll see what comes up after he finishes here, probably tomorrow if it doesn't rain. And we were supposed to get rain tonight, but it didn't happen. So I hope you guys had a great time. Unfortunately, we got sad issues in Texas. With all the deaths there, unfortunately, because of the flash flooding. That's a sad, sad case for the weekend. Rogue, what's happening, man? But anyways, we're going to get into this here in a little bit. But I want to give a shout out to everyone here and all the places we're streaming to right now. We have got Rumble in the house over here. I got to get that started. It's kind of doesn't want to catch up to where we're at. So, hi everyone and welcome, Rogue. What's going on, man? We've got Getter over here. We got Kick. We got Facebook. We got YouTube. We got Twitch. We've got them all in the house, guys. Gotta say hi. Thank you for joining me tonight. And don't forget to say hi so I see you in there. And let's get some talking in going on. So we're going to say hi to Calico Crazy over here in Getter. And we've got the one and the only Wimpkin, WIMKIN.com. If you haven't done it yet, please download the app. You guys are going to love it. Come over with a free speech social media site that does not kick your ass off for speaking the truth. Unless you're doing something stupid, guys got a free censor-free site right there at Wimpkin. So come on over, download the app. Join us if you don't even download the app. You can come right onto the web version, Wimpkin.com. Join us because we got the best people in chat. It's the Wimpkin Warriors. Yes, sir. Here we are. We're going to give them a shout out right now. We got Jerry Kruger that does a podcast pretty much all the time, anytime, anywhere you're looking at. Look up his name, Jerry Kruger, and check out his show. You guys will love it. All right. Hi, Jerry. We got Pat. Hi, Pat. What's happening? Jerry puts on some great little pictures up there for us. It's awesome. Texas John. What's happening, Texas John? They claim the two little girls in Texas were rescued from a 30-foot tree. Oh, it's not true? That's a bummer. There's a lot of things going on in there that's pretty sad. So, hey, we got Colin in from Scotland. There's Colin. Welcome, Colin. Lee, what up, Lee? There's Lee for you right there, man. William Bree, what's going on, William? And we got Texas Jeff in there. They're all safe. Thank God for that. John M., what's happening? John M. safe too from them floodings and stuff. And Tammy, that's Texas Tammy for you. She's safe too from the flooding down there. Thank God for that one. But guys, thank you for coming in and joining me on this Monday after a long weekend. I partook in a lot of alcoholic beverages. And while I was cooking, it's fun to do that while you're cooking. You have to have that, right? So yes, I did that, did a lot of cooking, had some family over and had a little blast there this weekend. So, but I'm hoping you guys had a blast there. And if any of you guys got an outside kitchen like mine or better, I want to see it. There's probably a lot of them better. I just made this one up real quick for me. I just put a metal roof on it and it's going to last me for as long as I can stand to cook. So, gotta love it right there, guys. Right? All right, guys, let's get on with the show because we have got a ton of stuff to go over. And unfortunately, we want to give prayers and stuff out to the people in Texas. Supposedly, they're supposed to be getting another rainstorm in with the areas where they were flooded out. And the last that I heard, there was 104 deaths. And the poor kids from the camp and stuff. So make sure you guys get your prayers out and keep thinking of them. And hope that the death toll stops and people find themselves. It is, William B. It is better while cooking. You got to drink while you're cooking because your food gets better when you cook and drink at the same time. I do. I'm telling you. I don't know how, but it does. Sean, what's happening, Sean? I see Sean rocked in the house right there in Wimpkin. Sean hadn't come in over in Getter yet, so but we're gonna get busy. But keep your Texas people in your prayers, guys. And there's Kurt from the Bayou. There is our one and only Kurt from the Bayou right there, man. All right, let's get on with the first and what's gonna piss you off the most. We're gonna get it done, get it out of the way. The Epstein client list looks like it doesn't exist. They're telling us now, right? That's what the feds are saying, despite Musk's claim that Trump is on the list. Well, you know what? This could be just a ploy and to throw Musk under the bus for everything that's going on, the little petty bickering that's going on between him and Trump. Or they're just covering it up. Well, let me see. Ooh, let's go with covering it up. because we've heard it for years and years. There's a client list out there, even under the Biden administration, where they were trying to hide it, and we heard it was there. And all of a sudden now we're going to say, oh, yeah, Epstein didn't kill himself, and there was no client list. The FBI, DOJ are saying confirmed suicide. Well, different story, and I am a diehard Bongino fan, right, guys? I've been watching him for years, and he took on a totally different aspect of this when he was on his show. So I'm going to let you watch part of this where he flip-flops on the client list. They've removed everything else that you can find on Bongino's shows because he became the assistant director, the deputy director of the FBI. But I want you to listen to this real quick.
That Jeffrey Epstein story is a big deal. Please do not let that story go. Keep your eye on this. Catherine Rumler, we need to keep the heat on this case, folks. There are a lot of people who are knee deep in the Washington swamp who are not telling you the truth about serious allegations out there that Epstein may have had video and audio of people out there doing things they shouldn't have been doing. And you should be asking yourself the question, how is it that all these people, the CIA director, the Obama fixer, Bill Clinton, all intersected paths with Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein isn't with us anymore, and nobody seems to want to talk about it. Outside of a few entrepreneurial media outlets saying, hey, this is a big deal.
He killed himself. You want me to get, I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
But all of a sudden, no, it's not. It's suicide now. And so we're not getting the truth, and the pedos are running free. This world has come a total disaster. When you let pedophiles run free, you don't do anything about it, and you just turn your back on everything that you believed in for all these years, and you want to sit there and tell people lies to cover up for pedophiles, Hollywood pissants, government employees, congressmen, senators, everything. It could go all the way up to presidents, and it's all being covered up. And this is pathetic. Hey, Sean over in Getter, what's happening, man? And this is what pisses me off the most about all this. And all of a sudden now we're going to just throw it under the bus and sit there and say, oh, nothing to see here. Move along. Nothing to see here. And excuse me if I screw up these videos because of what StreamYard's done. You pay all this money for StreamYard, and they have improved it a little bit, but you can't put your videos in order the way you want them. You can't. Used to be able, you could move them and put them, and I put them in first video, second video, so we could get them in. No, you can't do that now. So if I show you a video late, it's only because I missed it because you can't find them. And I tried to warn Vic about it. So, and it's like, I said hi to Pat already. And I said hi to Colin. Marianne. Hi, Marianne. Wow, what's going on? All right, let me keep going down through here and make sure I didn't miss anybody before we move on, because we are going to move on to the MAGA Minute, if I can find it here. So that sucks. Here we go.
This was one of the hottest weeks in our nation's history, and I'm not talking temperature. Let's break it all down in this week's MAGA Minute. The jobs numbers for the month of June are in, and the United States added 147,000 jobs, exceeding market expectations for the fourth month in a row. Our unemployment rate fell to 4.1%, again defying expectations. The price of eggs has rapidly declined under President Trump, inspiring Waffle House to announce that it has removed its egg surcharge from the menu. In a huge win for women who play sports, the Department of Education secured an agreement with the University of Pennsylvania to remove men from women's sports, and it corrects the record in favor of sanity. President Trump continues to deliver trade deals. He announced a trade deal with Vietnam, which will give the U.S. total access to their markets for the first time ever. The president also visited Alligator Alcatraz in Florida, reaffirming our commitment to law and order in our country. And he visited the great state of Iowa to kick off a series of celebrations across the country to celebrate next year's 250th birthday of the United States. And finally, Congress worked hard to deliver the one big beautiful bill to President Trump's desk. This bill means no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, and a big beautiful tax cut for everyone. It's on the way. And for those of you celebrating our nation's birthday, the cost of a 4th of July cookout for 10 people skyrocketed by more than 20% under Joe Biden, but that cost has dropped under President Trump. This 4th of July, we are celebrating not only the birth of our great nation, but the birth of a golden age of economic prosperity for you and your family. And the best is yet to come. We'll see you for next week's MAGA Minute. Happy Independence Day.
And there is your MAGA Minute for this Monday weekend wrap up. All right, let's get rid of that one. And we're not done with the Epstein stuff yet because Pam Bondi is under scrutiny over Jeffrey Epstein's client list revelation. She is facing scrutiny after a memo from the Justice Department said that there was no evidence that the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein had a client list or was murdered. The first, reported by Axios, said the investigators found no incriminating client list and no credible evidence the Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals. It was also video footage of the Manhattan jail where Epstein was being held, where he died, supported a medical examiner's finding of death by suicide. Is that right? But none of the cameras worked near his cell, but it was no problem there. Everything went blank by his cell when he was committed suicide, right? Oh, give me a break. Take a listen to what she had to say back then.
Tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porn. And there are hundreds of victims. And no one victim will ever get released. It's just the volume, and that's what they're going through right now. The FBI is diligently...
See you there? Never fails. We know there's tens of thousands of stuff there, and now there's nothing. It's all disappeared. It's all gone. It's all a cover-up. And you can't deny it, guys. Hi, Vic, on everywhere she's at. And she was on X there and stuff like that, so we got to say hi to her over there. We got Rogue over here, and I'm trying to look at all of his stuff that he's typing here. And he's sitting there saying, the issues of sensitive intelligence, it can't be released or it will be compromised national security. It's only because there's all politicians, Hollywood pissants, all of them on the list. That's why they're hiding it. Can't lose the leverage by letting everything out. Yep, nope. They have to have leverage. And Bongino is going to resign because of how this has destroyed his credibility. It has went down. Rogue, you might be right on that one. There is still none of that. I'd rather have the FBI than Cash and Bongino. Me either, but I want the truth, though. Having dirt on the world leaders gives Trump a lot of influence. Ain't that the truth? The whole thing is not that simple that we think like Flight 93 in Somerset, where our Air Force shot down our own passenger plane. Well, I saw... Rogue, I saw the plane before it went down. There was the thing was so close to me, I could see in the windows of the plane. Me, my father-in-law, my boss, we were in a fire department parking lot. That's where my office trailer was set up. And we were doing a pipe job over there. And this plane come flying over. It was out of control. And it came so far down, we could see in the windows. And it just went up. Shot up into the sky. Not even 15 minutes later, the fire whistle went off, and I asked the chief what's going on. He said, we're on standby for a plane crash in Shanksville. So no explosion. I did not see no explosion in the sky. Didn't hear an explosion. And, of course, we didn't have our cameras, so there was just a lot too much going on that day, that's for sure. But it's just a shame. Not buying that one. MF Cash and Bongino were both lying their asses off, and it was blatantly obvious. Obviously, you're right there, Sean, because we're seeing it now, and I showed you two videos that proves it, that Pam Bondi was lying back then, or she's lying now, and Bongino didn't know, and he had credible sources back when he was doing his show for what, 10 years or whatever. And I'm a diehard Bongino fan, and this pisses me off to no end. This is what we get, and was supposed to be the most transparent administration ever, and now we're getting shit. We're finding out we're being lied to. That pisses me off even more. I don't like liars, and that is the biggest problem I have. Don't lie to me, because I think that's worse than anything other than pedophilia. And we'll get into that here soon too. There's Vic back in. Wimpkin right there, Vic. And guys, if you have not, Vic is back from her vacation. We're glad to have her back. And if you have not watched her show yet, please check it out in any one of these places you guys are streaming from. Check out Violent Vixen 29. Look at Rebel Chick with a Cause. Great show. Monday through Friday. She does her show from 7 to 9 right before me. You guys will love it. A lot of great information she puts out, so make sure you check it out. Would you? Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share for both of our shows, and help us out. You're right, Sean. They all lie. All politicians lie. I think it's a prerequisite. You can become a politician, you got to lie. And that is the worst thing. And they lie to your face even more during election time. So this is what you're going to get out of politicians. Lies. And we're finding out they all do it. And the ones that are supposed to help this country out. And yes, they are doing some great things in there. But when it comes to pedophilia, that is absolutely number one. That should be gone. You should not cover for pedophiles. And you got them by the millions running around here, and nothing's going to happen to them. Just like that piece of shit Fauci. Nothing's going to happen to him for committing genocide against the American people. Oh, yeah, nothing's going to happen to him either. All right, let's keep going, guys. Let me get her off the screen here. I do not like this, the way they did this, so we're going to see if I can keep caught up on my videos and stuff, guys. But Trump signs the big, beautiful bill at the White House on July 4th picnic, right? Check out how, and I hope I can find it here. Let me see if I can find it here. Nope. Where the hell did it go? That's the only thing I hate about this, guys. I could not put these in order. Oh, here we go. Check out this spectacular spectacle of when Trump was signing that big, beautiful bill on July 4th and the flyover.
Here you go, Dave. Hey.
But wait, there's more. That was awesome right there, guys. That's some monstrosity planes. The planes that sent the bombs down to destroy Iran's nuclear facilities. Freaking awesome. What a way to sign the big, beautiful bill that's going to help everyone out. With the lies that are going on about this bill, the Democrats can lie like the best of them. And wants to sit there and they want to tell the American people that everybody's losing their health insurance and oh my God. But they're not telling you the whole truth. I know that, Tammy. I remember seeing you about you don't like her. I know that. It's a cover-up, all right, 100%. The real question now is what is done by the left or the right? Exactly, Sean. There's a lot of questions that we're never going to find out. But we cannot let this drop, guys. We've got to get these pedophiles out of our country. We got to get them off of our streets, be it politicians, be it these Hollywood piss ants, whoever it is, they need gone. They do not need to walk among people, normal people that aren't pedophiles. This shit's got to stop. And we're not going to let this drop no matter what happens. Every doctor would be culpable to Fauci goes to hell. Oh, yeah, these doctors are trying to sue. Now, we're going to get into that in a second, I think, too. So, yeah, no kidding, Rogue. Thank God those were our planes. Those are some massive, beautiful planes right there. That we're going to talk a little bit about the lies when they talk about Medicaid and all that stuff about this big, beautiful bill. It's so pathetic to listen to these Democrats and what they're saying. It just pisses me off. Various ones of the surmising that family members are getting death threats. I'm not sure how true it is. I don't know either there, Pat, but this piece of shit's pedophiles should be taken off the streets no matter what. Diddy's trial set to the president. It's all about, we all know it. And that's the pathetic part about it. We know there's a client list. They know who was there. We've seen part of the details ourselves from the first list that came out. So don't sit there and try to, they can maybe, the stupid liberal idiots will believe what they're saying. Nah, people with some brains like us definitely are not going to put up with their lies and bullshit. 160 plus days, no indictments. We're expecting countless pedos walk scot-free. Yeah, exactly, Sean. You're exactly right. And I liked Pam Bondi when she first got in here, and I thought we were going to see a total turnaround of what was been going on the last 4 years of the Biden administration. Fuck no, it's turning out to be the same. But let's link back to the Medicaid thing right here, and we're going to listen to Bill O'Reilly. Take a listen.
Second example, and this is even worse. Okay, the big Medicaid cuts. You're going to hear this 10,000 times. Oh, Trump's cutting Medicaid. Oh, ladies are going to be thrown out on the street. Babies aren't going to get Medicaid. Okay, here are the facts. You want to be ready for the facts. In the past 10 years, Medicaid, which is money provided by the states for poor people to have health problems confronted and children's health insurance, the past 10 years, it has increased 13%. In the last 10 years, federal spending on Medicaid has increased $117 billion. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, he keeps going on for a little while on this time, guys. But the fact is that the only ones going to lose their Medicaid is the lazy, able to work lazy people, and illegal criminals. And they should lose it. The illegal criminals should not have a dime of taxpayer-funded anything. Period. End of story. You don't like it? I don't give two shits. But I'm sick and tired of hearing the lies, like we've been saying, 100% from the Democrats. They're just trying to make a show for themselves because you know what? The Republicans have screwed themselves for November. I have a feeling with this pedophile bullshit that they have screwed themselves royally, and they're going to pay hell to try to stay in power come November. You watch and see, guys, because this is a big deal. When you let pedophiles walk free and walk our streets, could be the person next to you, could be touching your kid, and you got to thank the politicians for this. Right now, it's the Democrats. If these worthless Republicans do nothing, Republicans don't do something, you're going to blame them too. But with this big, beautiful bill, this is going to make a world of change right now, guys. If you want to see something start, it's going to start right now because we've got the money to fund the rest of the border wall. They're already putting 17 miles in. I think I got that coming up. and the border wall, more agents, more all kind of stuff. And this is what we're going to see coming out of this big border bill. And we've got to get it going, the big, beautiful bill. And we want to see some action now with all the money that they've put out there. Now, here it is. The DHS is putting out 17 miles of barrier in river on South Texas border because of this big, beautiful bill. And this is exactly what needs to happen. Let's keep going here. I probably will run out of time. We won't get into some funny videos today, but I usually don't on weekend wrap up. And with this being a long weekend, yeah, we got a lot to go over. But Sean Show noticed that something about a lot of gays being in engineering companies and stuff. Did you see the video of the UK and those army guys carrying the freaking gay flag? What the is that all about? That is disgusting as you ever seen it. The states get their money from us. Yes, exactly, Fixer. And hi, Fixer. Sorry I didn't see you there real quick. Next, they will be feeding us with the subliminal messages while watching reels, etc., that they did in the movies years ago. I remember that, Pat, and you might be right. They're trying to brainwash us like they did those little liberals. I'm thrilled to see hundreds of petos arrested, hundreds of children saved, but then I remember the estimator was 400,000 plus. Exactly, Lee. And they've only found 38,000 of the 400,000 children that Biden trafficked all over our country and beyond. So that is pathetic. I thought we were going to see that stop. Trump just stopped all food stamps to illegals. Thank God for that, Pat. This is the stuff. Illegals should not have a dime of what comes out of our pockets, the taxpayer money. That shit needs to stop. There are the same team. Tell Ted Cruz to eat ass for his snide comments about the Texas flood. Oh, not on Ted Cruz, Vic. Wait until you see the Democrats. Oh, that's coming up about the Texas flood, guys. This pisses me off even more. No, it doesn't. The pedophiles piss me off the most. And I will never give in to that, guys. The Democrats knew whenever they paid people to not work during COVID that it would become another entitlement, same as the enabled body people on Medicaid. And that is the people that need off of it. We've got jobs everywhere. Trump is producing more jobs, unlike the Biden administration that got zero jobs, made no jobs whatsoever, lied every month about it, and provided no jobs to people. Want these lazy ass people to live off the government, live off of our money, so they can get votes from them. That's all it's about. And when you entitle them, then you get the violence from them. And that was what we're seeing all over the place. The violence from these pathetic individuals because they want the free shit. That's all it's about. They don't want to work. We are now back to blanket parties if you do that, CC. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we could do some blanket parties. There ain't no doubt about that. All right, let's keep going here, guys. Trump is calling it a re-migration. Trump celebrates largest mass deportation in history for July 4th weekend ICE post. Thank God for ICE, and let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep the big, beautiful deportations going. Ha, I love that. Don't you like that? I made that up. Of course you know I made that up. All right, let's keep going. These pathetic-ass judges, guys, here we go again. After the Supreme Court has already told the Trump administration he could do all of his deportations, you still have these activist judges defying the Supreme Court. Judge briefly blocks immigration deportation to South Sudan, but legal path eventually cleared. These people think the Supreme Court is their boss. What they say goes. You don't overwrite the Supreme Court. They are the highest court in the land. And these activist judges think they can do what they want, and it's nobody's doing a damn thing about it. Be patient. It takes a while to clean up all the shit Biden and Obama did for the last 4 years. Ain't no doubt there, Rogue. It's not happening fast enough, that's for sure. All right, let's keep going here. Judge blocks Trump's, listen to this. Judge blocks Trump's effort for asylum claims at the U.S. southern border. Decisions say that the president overstepped his authority with executive order. That's what they don't understand. These pathetic activist judges don't have the authority to overwrite an executive order. Supreme Court and Congress does. If they find it illegal or unconstitutional, which neither one has been done. This is what I'm talking about. How many times we got to talk about these pathetic activist judges? Somebody needs to do something because this Democrats are out of control as far as their lawlessness goes. All right, let's keep looking over here. I don't want to miss anything. We got some great stuff going on in here. All right, let's get into El Salvador. And this piece of shit that Garcia, whatever the hell his name is, from the illegal from Maryland that they shipped out of here and he's brought back for his hearing and stuff. Well, El Salvador's president hits back hard at the torture claims. If you don't remember, Garcia's Kilmore, whatever his name, Garcia, his attorneys are saying he was abused and tortured at Secot prison in El Salvador. Well, I'm afraid that wasn't the truth either. So he was not treated, and I know I have it here some damn place. Let's try this one and see what happens. Watch this video, and this is how bad he was tortured.
Holy shit. He said what?
How many illegal immigrants being deported by the new administration would you find objectionable? Mr. Melnick, I'll ask you, 1 million?
I think 1 million would be a disaster.
2 million?
I think that is enough that would have severe negative ramifications for the United States.
I'm not reading what Trump intends to do. I'm reading exactly what President Barack Obama did. So you said President Obama was immoral and inappropriate to deport those 1 million people. Is that what I heard you say?
There were many people that were deported
yes, no
under his
question.
administration that should not have been. Yes.
Look, I would really appreciate it if you would go out on social media and say that the President Obama did a horrible disservice to those people he deported, and he's as wrong-minded as every other Republican who said we've got to secure the border, deport people, because you can't have one being okay and the other one not being okay.
Well, that wasn't the exact one that I wanted. Trying to find it on here now is ridiculous. I shouldn't have to go through all this to try to find the right one. But it showed him he was in there playing cards, and he has a nice, clean locker cell and everything. And now, of course, I cannot find it. Damn it, Wimp or StreamYard, fix your shit right. But if I ever find it, I will get to it. But yes, we were talking about the illegals and being deported, but everybody's okay with Obama doing 3 million, but Trump does 100,000, and they freak the fuck out, saying, "Oh my God, we can't have this. That's not. You can't do that." This is what we're talking about, guys. It's never good enough for a Republican to do it, but the Democrats to do it, and everything's just fine. This is disgusting. All right, let me make sure. Okay, I don't want to miss anything, and I don't want to you guys to miss anything either. Let's get this off of here. All right, we're going to keep going here. Presidential Intel Board prepping reform options for Trump with an eye on shrinking the DNI. The chairman of the President's Intelligence Board, Devin Nunes, just told Just the News that his colleagues are working on intelligence reform option and personal preference to shrink to top spy agencies and disperse more spies and analysts outside Washington. They need the people on the streets like CIA. They work out of the country. They are not a law enforcement agency. They work out of the country. They do the spying over there for us to keep us safe, and that's where they need to be. They don't need to be sitting their asses in D.C. Get over there, collect the intelligence that you're paid to do, and send it back here to keep our country secure. Don't sit there and keep your asses here chasing parents when you're not even a law enforcement agency. Get your asses where you're supposed to be and protect this country. That's what we got the FBI for. They are a law enforcement agency. We're not going to keep these CIA agents in here when they can't do anything. They can't arrest you for jaywalking. They're not a law enforcement people. So here we go. All right, let's keep going here. This is what I like this part here, guys. You got to watch this. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy demands all 50 governors remove political road paintings, including rainbow crossing rocks, saying that it is not for our highway. It is a distraction, and they want it removed. And I can't remember what he said, but it's far too many Americans die each year to traffic fatalities to take their eyes off the ball and not pay attention to driving. And they say those stupid things are a distraction, and they are. Why the hell do we want and care about who you're screwing? We don't. So stop throwing it in our face. Live your life free and clear away from us. We don't need to see it. We don't need to hear it. That's your personal business. So shut the fuck up about it. God, I'm sick of hearing it. Trump's lawsuit exposes uncomfortable truth about journalists in the highest awards. And they're talking about the Pulitzer Prize. It is a joke. When you give a Washington Post a Pulitzer Prize for lying, for a lie, a proven lie, and you don't revoke it, that Pulitzer Prize is garbage. It's no better than a prize out of a gumball machine or a box of Cracker Jacks. It is a joke. It is worthless, and I hope Trump wins the lawsuit. Now we're going to get into the saddest part of the show, and I don't like this. But good night, Rogue. Thank you for stopping. Yeah, go get some sleep. And thank you for tuning in, and thank you for participating in chat. We're going to get more people in Rumble to start participating. But thank you. I hope to see you tomorrow night. All right, let's get into the poor flooding going on in Texas, guys. New Jersey Coast Guard swimmer rescues nearly 200 people in deadly Texas floods. I hope to God for the best for these people, and we give a shout out to that rescuer. They've saved all those people. It's awesome, and we have to have more people like this. But don't worry, guys. We got the left on ready to go at it, right? We got leftist ghouls celebrating Texas flooding that killed 32 people, including 14 Christian children. They're celebrating this, guys. Look at these great conversations they're having. And I've heard a bunch more after this, but take a look at this. Look at these things, if you can see them better than I can. But there's no FEMA to pick up your bootstraps. They gave it all to ICE. I'm kind of happy that the National Weather Service gave incorrect predictions when it came to how much rain would fall, especially since the best and brightest from that organization were there left due to Doge and Trump. Cry harder, Texas. You deserve it. It's not awful that Texas deserves. This is the Democrat fucking party. They're celebrating the kids' deaths because of these floods. And it goes on, guys. Oh my God. We could go on and on and on with the Democrats running their big fucking mouths about these kids dying and saying that they deserved it. How much more anti-American can you get? How much more do we have to prove to you idiots that the Democrats are the most worthless party on the face of this earth? But this is what we get every time we turn around. The Democrats love violence, and all the people that have been committing violence are Democrats, liberals. These pathetic pieces of shit. This is all you get done because of them. And this is why I tell you they have to be removed from office and never hold office again. State, federal, local levels, guys. We got to keep them out no matter what. Yes, we're getting lied to by the Republicans, but they don't do this kind of shit. They don't laugh at people dying. They love getting babies killed. They love that. So look, this just meets their purpose, guys. Well, we don't have to abort them now. We'll just push them in the water and flood them out and drown them. This is what they're loving. This pisses me off to no end. And this is what we've got to help stop, guys, no matter what. Yes, we're going to be pissed off at the Republicans too, and this has got to stop, guys. But this is our best bet. This is the only way we're going to keep this country great And we've got to start getting the people out of it. We got to get these old timers the hell out of there, because you know for a fact that they are not going to put set term limits against themselves. They're not going to put it on ballots for people to get them out. It's not going to happen. We're going to have to figure a way to vote them out of there and get some better people in there. This is so pathetic. All right, let's keep going, guys, because we got Jay Paul. You guys know that dumb bitch, right? Defends comments calling ICE a terrorist force. Oh, yeah, look who's talking, the dumb bitch. She's a Hamas terrorist sympathizer, and she's calling ICE terrorists. Oh, yeah. It says the White House owes an apology to the Americans. And if I had the video, guys, I can't find it because of the way the StreamYard's got this stuff set up, guys. And I promise you, I had a lot of videos for you. And yes, Vic, me too. Yes, Sean, cut their genitals off. Exactly. This is what's going on, guys. You know, and it's not conspiracy theory. It's facts. We're showing you the proof. It's not like I'm just telling you stuff and I can't show you the proof. But I'm telling you and I'm showing you the proof. All you got to do is go on and you will see that they were making fun of all these children and all these people that are dying in Texas. Well, look at what happened when North Carolina and everybody down south and the East Coast had those hurricanes, and they did nothing to help them. And there's still people living without houses because of no help. Trump did what he could, and it was their responsibility to help these people. And now they're making fun, and the fucking liberals are doing the same thing. I saw a girl on there saying they deserved it to die. My good thing I don't have high blood pressure, right? All right, let's get this piece of shit to Paul off my thing. But we're not done with the Democrats yet. Democrats project doom and gloom and not celebration with 4th of July messages. They sent messages of doom and gloom rather than celebrate the 4th of July in multiple critics. Many of the messages include warnings about supposed threat to the country emanating from the Trump administration. Things are hard right now. They are probably going to get worse before they get better. And this was from Kamala Harris. You can't get any worse than what the Harris and Biden regime did. You can't. It is getting better under the Trump administration, but Trump can't fix everything in 6 months. It's going to take time. Nobody could have done what Trump has done in the short period of time that he's been in there. Yes, there's some stuff we're not liking, and we've talked about it already, but it's got to get better eventually. So, guys, hang in there because we're putting up with the Democrats and their bullshit, and stuff is going on, and everything is still caused by the Democrats. Everything that they're talking about. And when I talk about World War III here briefly, you'll see what I mean, because this all stems from the Biden administration and the dimwit Harris. Fighter jet intercepts an 11th aircraft near Trump Bedminster Golf Course over the 4th of July weekend. And it was one of those little Piper Cub planes, again, single engine prop planes. But remember, those things carry a lot of explosive on it. Now, what has happened with it, I don't know, for the second time this weekend, aircraft intercepted at Georgia aircraft violating the Bedminster TFR, bringing the total to 11 violations so far. Those guys should, and I don't know if they will, lose their pilot license for violating airspace. And they're not taking any chances anymore, guys, not with all the assassinations attempt we've already had on it because of the Democrats and their violent rhetoric. Trump jumped as soon as this disaster happened, and the left blames him. Oh, yeah, thank you for that, Pat. They said nothing about Biden's mismanagement in North Carolina. Pat was exactly right. You get on there and you can hear them all. It's Trump's fault that those kids died in there. Oh, really? Everything was just the emergency broadcast system was put out 2.5 hours earlier, warning of floods. How the hell does any of this have to do with Trump whatsoever? Yes, Trump controls the weather. He said, go down there and flood Texas out and kill all these kids and all the people that were killed. Kill them all. Get them out of here. All the dogs and animals were killed down there. Trump did that. Don't worry. But yes, thank you, Pat, for reminding me. That's why I love these guys. They help me out, even with the guys in Getter over there. They help me out with the show and remind me of stuff that I forget. Because, guys, I'm like totally screwed up today because of the way StreamYard has got me. And I'm used to a pattern and having my stuff set up for you guys so I don't have to think about it. This brain don't work no more. I was a state job, so I worked for the state government. So you don't have to think when you work with the state government. Well, that's kind of screwed you up, right? All the warnings went out hours ahead of time. Failure by the camp, the church for having an emergency plan. Yes, it was all there, guys. But I'll tell you what, as you're going through your day, if you're on your computer, look at some of those videos. If I find some, I'm going to put them out there to you guys. I want you to listen to these pathetic liberals blaming Trump for this disaster in Texas. They never say a damn word about Biden administration and how he handled that. But it's all Trump's. Well, they even tried to blame Trump on the North Carolina and the handling of by FEMA and stuff. This is why they are so pathetic, guys. I am a witness to the warning going out and trying to evacuate. Yes, because Vic was still down there in Texas when this stuff was going on. And we saw it, guys. We heard it, and the flooding's going on. But, of course, normally I don't put videos out. Well, thank you, Marianne. I love you guys, too. All right. But I don't put videos out, but there's some of these videos that I wanted to show you that were really important. That's why I put videos out, because we have a lot to go over, and I'm running out of time here. So more activist judges block Trump's effort to stop asylum claims in the U.S. at the southern border. They're trying to stop it, and they have no authority to do it. How many times are we going to go over this? But now we're going to go on with Ketanji Brown Jackson is standing out from her liberal colleagues over everything that the Supreme Court has done. She does not deserve, she is dumb as shit. And she should not be in there. She should not even be a judge during traffic court. She is pathetic. If you guys, and I said this before, if you watched her hearing when she was before she was sworn in, you watched that, she couldn't define a woman. That alone should have kept her off the Supreme Court. We all know what a woman is. Damn right we do. Oh, yeah. All right. She should have never been in there. She's so pathetic. Half those liberal judges should be in there. A couple of the conservative judges, they shouldn't be in there either. And let the Democrats speak. They show their true colors every time. You got that right, Jeff. Every time they open their mouths. That's what we said about the inmates, too. You know when an inmate's lying? When they're talking. Oh, yeah. Some of them will tell you the truth about their murders and stuff. Oh, yeah, I had one gang member tell me straight up how he killed this guy with a .22 pistol. Oh, yeah, held it to his head, and he said he watched his head go, whoosh, whoosh, and the bullet never came out. He actually told me that. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, some inmates, they lie about a lot of stuff. But they also tell you that they all sit there and tell a judge that they had a drinking problem or a drug problem because it'll lighten their sentences up or whatever they've done. Oh, yeah. Every one of them. Even if they don't drink or do drugs, they still say it so they get a lighter sentence. All right, here we go. The pathetic Hakeem Jeffries. His marathon speech shows how he is totally clueless about what Americans want. Listen to this real quick.
Manu wasn't the only one. The only American citizen who's been targeted by the deportation machine, a deportation machine that will be unleashed on steroids by this one big ugly bill.
And I don't know why mine started doing the same thing that Vix was doing. It's screwing up our videos, and it's getting the voices off for the thing. But you hear that some son of a bitch. He doesn't have a clue of what's going on. And that was the video I showed you guys on Thursday, the last day we were here, about them congratulating this son of a bitch for doing just a stall tactic 8-hour speech just so they could postpone the inevitable of the big, beautiful bill being voted for. Oh, yeah, this is how pathetic these Democrats are. It just gets worse and worse and worse, guys. I could go back to all my 1,200 videos, what I have now, I think, and put a compilation together of everything that the Democrats have done for the past 2 years. And, oh, my God, it would last. I could do a 24-hour show on it, I believe. When in doubt, deport them all. Exactly, Jeff. I want them all the hell out of here. I'm praying for good weather here. Carlisle is Thursday, Sunday, my car show. Oh, I need some rain, man. We need some rain there, Lee, down here. I have got no rain, and everything's drying out, man. My chickens are dying. And it's, I mean, not literally, but they are hot. They are sweaty. I can't keep them cool. They're too damn dumb to get on the ice I gave them. So we need some rain. I hope your car show goes well, though, Lee. Take some pictures, man. All right. Trump says Iran has not agreed to inspection. Give up enrichment. They won't do it. Bomb them again. Blow them out of the water until they do, until it stops. We're going to do this quick because I'm running out of time, guys. Trump says Ukraine needs Patriot missiles for its defense. Chides Putin because he had a bad phone call with Putin. He says Putin doesn't want to stop, so now he's going to send some Patriot missiles to throw back Russia's aggression. We'll see what happens with that. Hezbollah leader maintains refusal to disarm until Israel leaves southern Lebanon, ends airstrikes. Terrorists deserve no breaks. They do not deserve to have any say-so in anything. Either do it or you get bombed the shit out of you. Period. End of story. Terrorists are terrorists. They lie. They don't give them an edge because they take them out no matter what. That's exactly what the Democrats and these stupid liberals do too, guys. All right, a couple more here. China needs Russia fighting in Ukraine so conflict keeps Trump occupied. Why? Because according to NATO chief, World War III will begin with joint attacks by China and Russia. The NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said that should World War III break out, it will happen with simultaneous attacks from China and Russia. In a lengthy interview with the New York Times, Rutte said, while the timing would be joint Russian forces to begin offensive, China calls the shots. There's an increasing realization, and that let's not be naive about this. If Chinese leader would attack Taiwan, he would first make sure that he makes calls to various junior partners of all the Russian Vladimir Putin residing in Moscow and telling him, hey, I'm going to do this. I need you to keep them busy in Europe by attacking NATO territory. I take this as a warning, guys. And remember, this is why we give you the disaster factor tip of the day. And we will give you that here shortly because of this very reason. I think it's a warning from NATO. They know what's going to happen. Don't keep your head on a swivel, guys. Lastly, Musk declares war on two major political parties, forming his own American party. That is going to be a disaster. They are going to try to take Musk down. That is going to help Democrats out to regain power if he does something stupid like this. Musk needs to grow up and start acting like an adult again. This is pathetic. All right, guys, let's give you your disaster factor tip of the day. Where the hell is my thing? This is an unfortunate tip here, guys.
Caught in a heavy rain flood? Stay calm. Here's how to survive. First, find higher ground immediately to avoid rising waters. Next, avoid walking or driving through floodwaters. It's more dangerous than it looks. If trapped, call emergency services and signal for help. Keep an emergency kit with essentials like water, food, and a flashlight. Stay informed through weather updates and follow official instructions. Remember, safety first. Your life is more important than any belongings.
Unfortunately, I wanted to throw that out there. A little late for Texas, but let's keep them all in your prayers, guys. Thank you for tuning in tonight, guys. I appreciate it so much. We had a lot to go over. We got a lot covered. We had great conversations in here. And I love all you guys. You guys are awesome. So thank you again for tuning in. And we got another great show coming tomorrow night, guys. You're not going to want to miss it. And, of course, we'll have a little more slower pace, and we will get everything out. I don't have a lot of articles right now because I shoved everything in for today. So we'll see what happens by tomorrow night. But thank you again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and everything, guys, for me. Please help my channel grow. It's very much appreciated. You guys are awesome. And I'm going to leave you guys with this. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another impactful episode of the Conservative Viewpoint. I truly can't thank you enough for tuning in tonight. Your dedication and your engagement, your willingness to participate in this crucial conversations are what make this show possible. I absolutely love the interaction we get from all of you, whether it's through comments, messaging, or just listening in. It truly helps shape the show and keeps us all connected. So remember to join me right back here tomorrow, same time, same place, tomorrow night, and every weeknight for more in-depth analysis and conservative perspectives on the issues that matter most to you and I. Before you go, if you haven't already, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and give us a thumbs up, or whatever platform you're on, whatever it is, hit that button to help my channel grow. Your support is invaluable and helps us reach more like-minded Americans. So from all of us here at the Conservative Viewpoint, thank you again. God bless. I'll see you back here live tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after the Rebel Chick with a Cause, which, of course, starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So until then, guys, like always, have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you back here live tomorrow.